I tried the keto diet for 9 months, and here's what happened. If you watched my weight loss transformation video, you already know that before starting my journey in mid-March 2024, I had tried the keto diet once, but unsuccessfully. However, the second time, I committed to it. I gave my body time to fully adapt to ketosis and stuck with it. In this video, I'll share my honest experience covering both the positives and the negatives. This is not a scientific study. If you're looking for the science behind keto and its effects on health and longevity, check out chapter 10 of my previous video. The link is here. But here, I'm focusing on my first-hand experience. I have never counted calories or macros, nor did I focus on the exact proportions of fat to protein ratios. That felt too cumbersome, complicated, and less enjoyable, making it harder to stick to. Plus, everybody metabolizes food differently, so those calculations aren't very accurate. But before we dive in, please subscribe if you haven't already to help the channel reach 1,000 subscribers. Your likes and support mean a lot. What is the keto diet? For a beginner, the ketogenic or keto diet is a low-carb, high-fat diet that shifts your body into ketosis, a metabolic state where fat is burned for energy instead of carbohydrates. This process produces ketones, which serve as a cleaner, more efficient fuel source. By drastically reducing carbohydrate intake, eliminating refined and simple carbs, you force your body to rely on fat. The small amount of carbs you do consume mainly come from vegetables, low-carb nuts, and low-sugar berries. How does keto work? Normally, if you're on standard diet, your body relies on carbohydrates for energy, converting them into glucose. However, when you restrict carbs, your body is forced to burn fat instead, through converting them into ketones in a process called ketosis. This process leads to lower blood sugar levels, increased fat burning, and stable energy levels throughout the day. Since blood sugar levels remain stable due to the lack of high-carb foods, there are no insulin spikes, leading to improved insulin sensitivity, the opposite of insulin resistance, and in severe cases, type 2 diabetes. Now, the carbs to avoid. First of all, grains and starches like bread, pasta, rice, oats, corn. Sugars, which are hidden in most processed and store-bought foods. High-carb sweet fruits, which are most fruits nowadays, like apples, bananas, oranges, etc. Starchy vegetables like potatoes, beets, corn, etc., and legumes and beans. Why did I start keto? If you've watched my transformation video, you know that I went from 30+% body fat to sub 10% in 9 months. And now 1 year later, I'm at 8 to 9% body fat. My starting weight was 177 pounds, and my current weight is 130.5 pounds, and my goal weight is 130 pounds, which I'm gonna achieve soon. After adopting 1 meal a day or OMAD fasting, I initially lost weight but eventually plateaued. I wanted faster results to stay motivated, so the next logical step was keto. Once I started, the weight dropped quickly. Was it difficult? Absolutely. Because I went all in, removing every refined and simple carb from my home. Keto was even harder than fasting for 24 hours a day. With fasting, I knew I would eventually get to eat my favorite foods, such as rice, bread, pasta, and fruit juices. But with keto, those foods were gone. It felt like a divorce, a painful one. On top of that, my body was glucose adapted, relying on stored glycogen. Switching to fat for fuel meant a complete metabolic rewiring. I went cold turkey. For the first month, my body fought back, craving carbs. But after that, I adapted. The cravings became manageable, and now nearly a year later, I don't miss carbs at all. I like desserts, but I make my own keto versions that are even more delicious. I'll get to it later. Was there any negative side effects? Yes, mainly in the first 1 or 2 months. First one was fatigue and headaches because my body was adjusting and lacked energy. But once I adapted, my energy levels skyrocketed. The second one, lower libido. For the first month, it plummeted, but by month 3, it was higher than ever. Workouts suffered initially. Physical activity felt harder, but I pushed through. I added long walks, listening to motivational podcasts. Please keep in mind that although ketones are much cleaner, more efficient fuels, glucose can give more explosive short-term power. So for professional athletic competitions like CrossFit, they might work better because health and weight loss and even long-term muscle gain are not the priority. But even then, more benefits will be gained if you're fully insulin sensitive and then use sugar as a PED. If you're always on sugar, you'll get no benefits. Rather, you'll have to take it just to perform as I would without it. Social pressure. People had opinions, but I stayed focused and didn't pay attention. And alcohol. Although I quit recently, but cutting carbs was easier than cutting alcohol. Before quitting completely, I had limited to once per week, opting for low-calorie drinks. But if I could go back, I would quit immediately. It slowed down my progress and healing from injuries. What did I gain? The positives. Once fully adapted, the benefits were undeniable. significant fat loss while maintaining muscle, clearer skin, fewer wrinkles and anti-aging effects because the body accelerates autophagy, the diet is rich in collagen, and there is no sugar to break it down. Almost no loose skin because of the same mechanism I just explained. Improved mental clarity and focus, sustained energy levels, no midday crashes, higher endurance and stamina, boosted testosterone levels, reduced hunger throughout the day, better workouts, especially in a fasted state, reduced inflammation, completely healed my chronic knee pain. Although losing weight helped too. No more hangry episodes, migraines disappeared. Did I go off track? Yes, many times. Mostly in the first 6 months, about twice per month. Now it doesn't happen at all. I indulge in pizza, fast food, chocolate and ice cream, but one meal, not a full day. Sometimes I broke my fasting routine too. Alcohol was another one that was tough to put away. Each time I slipped, I felt awful the next day, with cravings skyrocketing. My weight loss stalled for a week over one cheat meal. Lesson learned. It's not worth it. If you go off track, don't beat yourself up. Accept it, move on, and enjoy the journey with all its ups and downs. Did I combine keto with intermittent fasting? Yes, the entire time. Keto and fasting work best together to enhance fat loss and health benefits. What did I eat? I didn't track macros, I just ate what made sense. I educated myself on how different foods impact blood sugar. First, roughly how much of any macronutrients did I include in my meals? For carbohydrates, I ate very few if any. And for those few, such as milk, nuts, and sometimes berries, I ate them mostly after the meal. Because if the carb amount is tiny, the fat, protein, and fiber in the main meal act as a buffer and prevent the blood sugar rise. Protein. Depending on my activity levels, I increase or decrease proteins. Fats. And by fats, I mean healthy fats. Same as with proteins, I increased or decreased the fats according to my activity levels. Moreover, I also adjusted the fat level depending on if I wanted to maintain or lose weight. Things to note about fat to protein ratio. Although it made sense for me in the beginning to not increase the fat since my body had more than enough of it reserved, but I couldn't put so much pressure on my body. Once I got fully adapted and the hormones and energy levels were perfect, only then I proceeded to lower the fat amount to lose more weight and force the body to use the fat storage for energy. Whenever I reduced the fat proportion, I got less bowel movement. I compensated by adding more dairy and vegetables. Now the foods. Protein and fats, beef, lamb, chicken, fish and all seafoods, eggs, organ meats. Pork is not my favorite, and bacon, if you find one without sugar, it is still too salty to eat at night. Dairy. For dairy, I took homemade yogurt and also cheese. I did drink milk in moderation after the meal, and it didn't raise my blood sugar. I also sometimes added a tiny bit of skim milk froth to my coffee, which has been working fine for me. Keep in mind that some people are allergic to dairy. It is very likely that the yogurt you buy from the supermarket has added sugar, so be careful and read the labels. Healthy fats. Animal fats, butter, extra virgin olive oil, but no seed oils. Vegetables and nuts. Leafy greens, cruciferous vegetables, onions, garlic, and mushrooms. Walnuts, pecans, Brazil nuts, macadamias, eaten after the meals to avoid any possible glucose spikes. Fruits and desserts. Low sugar berries, lemons and limes, avocados, homemade keto desserts using stevia and monk fruit, and foods that I avoided, other than carbs obviously, were processed keto supermarket foods, which are often not truly keto. How about the desserts? You can enjoy delicious keto desserts even better than regular ones. I make keto ice creams, keto chocolates, and flavored yogurts. Check out my recipes in the video description. How long did I do keto for? I never stopped. I'm still doing it and have no plans to quit. In fact, I'm more committed than ever. No more cheat meals, and alcohol is completely out of the picture. For 3 months, I even tried the Carnivore diet, which is still technically keto for faster fat loss. I'll share my experience in another video. And finally, keto is a natural, sustainable way of eating with numerous health benefits. There are no essential carbohydrates, unlike essential fatty acids and amino acids. Humans thrived on animal-based diets for millennia before agriculture. Once I got past the initial adaptation, the benefits far outweighed the challenges. And now, I haven't even missed carbs for a long time. Like this video if you found it helpful, and share it with someone who might benefit. Subscribe for more content and to support the channel. Drop your questions and future video ideas in the comments. If you have tried keto yourself, I would love to hear about your experiences. See you in the next video.